Hey guys, Chris back from CNH Mullins. You got another quick video here for you guys today. We had a baby lawnmower, as I call them over here. This is probably about the smallest one they actually make from Mtd right here, and I thought it'd be a good idea to do a quick video for this one right here because I'd say on average every year we might get maybe 2 or 3 of these in the shop because they're not too popular, because most people want to have a self-propelled or a machine that's driven or all-wheel drive machine out there. So this is kind of like an uncommon machine over here for us because we rarely see them, because hardly any people ever actually purchase them today. And these ones typically retail for about probably between 140 and 160 bucks at your local Walmart or your Home Depot or Lowe's, whatever store that actually has the Mtd brand in our region and the area. So what we have right here is the Yard Machines 20-inch cutting path on here. It has the cheap and dirty Briggs & Stratton 300E series on here. The Briggs & Stratton over at Valve One right here specifically for that. This one has the cheap and dirty side discharge on it as well too. You have a cheap plastic plate over there for the side discharge on there, and you do not have any adjustments on your wheels at all right here, guys. There's absolutely no adjustments at all on the wheels, so you cannot adjust the height. So if you're out there cutting your yard, it's basically preset in the factory for one specific height, so you cannot adjust it whatsoever. This one also has we don't call it the model number and identification tag for the engine right here, right on the actual engine shroud cover on here for that. Right, so you can see the engine model number. This is a 2017 model year specifically for that. You have like a UPC called bar scanner code thing of a jig right here, and you also have the engine's model number right here on the right hand side, plus you have the engine's data manufacturer, which is 2017 right here as well too. So everything's on a little tab, because they have different locations where they actually have these information at. Sometimes it's on the cover, the actual plastic cover right here. Other time it's on the plate right down here in front of the actual carb body over here. And the other time is sometimes some of the newer machines, they have the identification plate or tab on the right side of the engine over here by the dipstick as well too. But this one has it in 2 different locations right here. So this one has it right here on the actual side piece right next to the dipstick. So if you're looking for the tab, or I should say if you're looking for the model number, and the cover up here is taken off or torn off for some stupid reason, you can always look on the side if your machine has a dual called dual identification tab or something on here. This one has the identification right here for the actual, this is the actual specific model number right here, and right below that it should have the year and date right here as well too. So it is indeed stamped on the side of the block right next to the valve cover for reference points if anybody needs to identify where your model number location is, model number type and code. And like I said before, it may be up in the front as it is on this one, the 2017 model, or it might be down here on this black piece of metal right here as well too, guys, for reference points. So this is the Mtd cheap and dirty machine. I'll go ahead and show you the actual back here for the air tab, or the air tag I should say. So here we go. Here's your model number. And so you can zoom in on here for you guys and get a better shot. Come on, give me a better shot. There we go. Sorry about that. There's your identification for the model number and the serial number from Mtd. Made in Ohio and Cleveland right there for that. So that's your identification tab. And here's your handle up here as well too. So we'll give you a shot of the handle up here. There's your handle assembly. Just cheap and dirty. Belt control up here, nothing fancy. That's all it is. And your gas tank on the top right here has the clear designation for the E10 ethanol. It says E0 and E10 with a circle around it. And it says E15, E85 with a line going through it, meaning do not put E15 or E85 ethanol gasoline. This one has the cheap and dirty primer system on here as well too. So you have to prime it about 3 or 4 times. And you also have the foam air filter element is this one as well too for reference points, but it doesn't have the we don't call paper element in this one right here because of the actual cheapness of the engine for points right there as well too. So we'll go ahead and fire it up here for you. 2, 3. The guy originally brought it over to us because he claims it was giving him hard starting last year, and he had water. I couldn't believe how much water he actually had in the tank. He had about, I don't know, maybe about 4 or 5 ounces of water in the tank. The carb was full of water. There's also debris down inside the carb as well too, because these machines, I have to be totally honest about it, guys, because I have to be honest about everything I put on the line right here. You have a filter down inside the tank. It's like a little dome shaped filter down inside there, and that filter, it only stops large particles, guys. It does not stop small pieces of grass, so just be mindful of that. It will only stop small pieces, or it will only stop large pieces of debris. It will not stop water, and it will also not stop small pieces of particles or grass or some kind of dirt or some kind of crap that gets down inside it. So always be mindful when you fill up your machine. Use clean, fresh, non-contaminated gasoline out there. So we'll go ahead and fire it up here. And get my camera situated here. Doesn't want to jump around on me. So hold on, guys. There we go. Fired up on one pull. Runs great. No problem with it running. Sounds perfectly fine. I'll go ahead and shut it off. So that's how it should start up on one pull with the primer system on here. They do recommend on the side to prime them at least 3 times on this one right here. It has 3X prime on the actual designation right here. It says 3X, and hit the primer button 3 times for this one right here specifically for that. And me personally, I probably by 4 or 5 times just to be on the safe side, because these things are calibrated for stupid EPA emissions out there, because they want the engine to run extremely lean, and unfortunately because of that you have to prime it multiple times in some various cases out there for that. Because if you have an engine that's specifically designed for California versus some other location in the United States, more than likely it'll be harder starting the California model versus the model we have here in Pennsylvania for reference point. So if anybody has any comments, questions, whatnot about this machine, feel free to leave me a message here, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible, some kind of a basic troubleshooting or something else like that. This guy's machine, he only needed the entire fuel system cleaned out. The carb needed to be overhauled and rebuilt, and we did that. And we always put a new spark plug in the engine as well too, because the guy still had the original spark plug in it, and it was getting pretty black on it for that. So we went ahead and changed that out. So it only took about an hour and a half. The actual job wasn't that long. So the machine's ready to go back to the customer. He's ready to take delivery back to his house. So I'll see you guys, and have a nice day.